Hey guys, here, welcome to my 5th track of my competitive contact racing playlist, which is available for both Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. The links for the entire playlist is in the description below, as well as this particular track that I'm showcasing today of this playlist. It's called Horse Grand Prix, inspired, or pretty much picture taken from a part of the track. You see a horse there and a statue on the right hand side. So the description states quite briefly, introducing the Death Valley inspired by Fast and Furious films. This isn't a normal Grand Prix. The Valley brings a whole new racing experience to the table. You can be ballsy and take the risk, or be cautious and lose your positions. Either way, the Death Valley is very distracting, which intentionally requires high levels of concentration to bypass. You got what it takes to pass for this successfully? Well, prepare yourselves, and that's pretty much a cheesy description for this particular race. Now, the initial track design looks sort of like an owl. You can sort of see how it looks like. It's quite interesting, actually. Or you could say it looks like a very... Okay, never mind. Let's get right into the track. Okay, so managed to get some inside information for Rockstar, and they've confirmed that 30-man races will happen, and they will be available for next gen. At the same time, the curb boosts, or when you make your car go on the pavements and whatnot, on straights and cornering for apex corners and whatnot, little curbs that you get for acceleration with top speed boost will be patched for current gen as well as next gen as soon as the game becomes available on the 18th of November. That's also awesome to keep that fair racing element going, where people that take the appropriate lines properly get rewarded, rather than someone who takes a really bad line but then ends up using a curb on the straight to get the boost and the speed back. It's kind of pointless, if that makes sense. So that's getting patched. So now that 30-man racing is confirmed, I also wanted to confirm another thing, is that the jobs that we create in the current gen consoles will automatically transfer to next gen. That's also been confirmed. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. So because they, it's kind of weird, because now people were speculating because of the articles that were released about next gen. In quotes, they stated the existing content created jobs by Rockstar will be transferred onto next gen, like PS4 and Xbox One, but they never said anything about content created jobs by the community. But that's also been confirmed, just saying that the jobs that we have now will be all automatically transferred to the console that we currently play, to the future version of that particular console. One thing that I can say is they're still struggling, apparently, to think about duplicating tracks and having that option there, because they're still working on the story mode of the game and making sure they don't have the similar launch problems they had when the game first initially came out last year, September, where they delayed multiplayer for a while. So they want to make sure they get everything right before they launch the game, and everything runs smoothly this time without any sort of problems. But that's not 100% expected from them, but they're trying their best, though, it seems like, at the moment. So that's something we can say. Definitely they're working on everything one by one, but they did say in the upcoming weeks they're going to be focusing on content creator, which is something that the community wants, through props and actual designs and whatnot for racetracks in particular. But there's other things available as well for other jobs that people want as well. So that's one thing that we should expect in the next few weeks they're going to work on. But content creator right now, quite a few options have been discussed through the removal of lampposts for racetracks, this and that, small details, which is one of those questions. Are Rockstar, do they really care that much about the small racing community there is at the moment? I mean, we are kind of a small community between Xbox and PlayStation. Like, it's about, I say, about 5-6 crews, which it's not really that much considering it's GTA 5, but it's still out there that shows interest in proper racing. There's 1 or 2 crews who strictly do non-contact racing still, but that's them, and they can't really change that. Like I said, we moved away from that. This particular track you see right now, sorry about that, kind of drifted away from the initial point of the video, but this is the track with the Death Valley that you saw a slightly over-exaggerated description of in the video. But like I said, cheesy descriptions always help you move one step towards getting a track verified. That was a ballsy overtake on Picano. It was nice, because these tracks are intended for immense battles with a group of cars, and that's exactly what we got here. But 4 cars at the moment battling out for first position. We're all close to each other. I'm fighting for the second position, and the final corner is slightly tricky with the braking points, because sort of downhill, and you gotta really get the braking point right, because you get the momentum also shifting. You saw there Picano just about took the lead, and if that was the final lap, that would have probably been a photo finish as well. You could take a ballsy line to get a nice wide line towards the first corner of the apex, and you can take a nice overtake like that if someone's on the inside. And then on this particular section, you get a slight little bump right here. So your car goes in air a little bit, so you're going to get the right line there, and if you don't, you go wide into the concrete and completely smash. There's another choke point right here on the right-hander. It's a wooden pole there. If you get the line completely wrong, you can completely screw up, which has happened to many people in the past. And that's a slightly awkward right-hander as well, slight little, suppose, bump there, but it's all about controlling the car. You can take a nice wide line through the pavement here. Let's get a line into the Death Valley, which is basically barriers on the left and right-hand side, trying to put you off. But I mean, it sort of looks like it's sticking out on the road, but the way I've designed it is making sure they're just within the curbs, so no one, you know, has the excuse to hit that. But it still can put you off, like I said. And people taking the wrong lines here for a clean overtake. People will think on that particular corner, it's kind of weird. It's like a placebo, because in your mind you want to go wide and cut in. It's gonna fit. You think it's gonna be beneficial, but it's actually not. You want to hit the apex right away, because when you exit out, you go wide, but you get a really beneficial line, really good beneficial line through the pavement. But the lines are figured out through just obviously trying out these roads time and time again. But one thing that's helped me through racing with GTA is just simply free roaming. My car showcases, pretty much trying out every single car and getting used to the feel of those as well. But at the same time, when you do these car showcases, obviously I'm free roaming at the same time, so getting used to the roads isn't particularly, you know, difficult, especially when you sort of naturally learning the braking points as you're going. So braking points are pretty much crucial as you approach a corner. How you know, when you brake, how much you're braking around these corners to get the max out of these corners with the car itself, with the speed as well. And this is how you break lap times, keep up your consistency and your pace without taking too much risks, obviously. Because if you're in a lead like this, you know, in my mind still, I'm wanting to sort of just keep going. But, you know, I know for a fact that there's going to be an element of me going to crash or choke someone, because I know I've got a lot of pressure on my shoulders with, you know, 3 cars right behind me. But this is how racing should be, and sort of keeping it tense and whatnot. But I'm just really curious to see the 30-man races and how they're going to play out. Of course, you know, we're going to expect a lot of insanity, first corner mayhem, but if you can somehow manage to get 30 skilled racers who have the same mindset, it could work out, and could most certainly work out for endurance races, which is one thing I wanted to talk about in another video. I've got an endurance race. We'll, as a community, set up endurance race, which is the longest race we've ever done, actually, ever. Like, it's I think 1 lap is 8 minutes 30 seconds, which is the quickest time possible. On average, people get about 8 minutes 40 or 8 minutes 50, even 9 minutes, with a few mistakes there and then. But without any mistakes, you can get 8 minute 31, which is the quickest I've seen, set by Rohan, who set the world record for the North Loop. But that particular track is 11.11 miles long or something like that. So it's a really, really insanely long track. Pretty much takes you around all the Tongva routes, a few bits of bobs in Los Santos. See that? Just taking risks is pointless whenever you're in the lead. So I make dumb mistakes. Anyway, the point is, it also takes you through the Vinewood roads. I mean, those roads are really dangerous as it's quite narrow and only like just about 2 cars can battle through there. But it takes the most, I suppose, people, because, you know, long endurance races take a lot out of you. You know, 8 minute laps. You know, 8 minutes for 1 lap. You know, it's all about testing that consistency, concentration levels, which is damn awesome, because the map is quite big, I suppose, in GTA 5. Not as big as compared to the crew, obviously, but we know that driving mechanics is, in my opinion, from what it seems so far, I'd rather prefer driving in GTA than crew at the moment. Not bashing on crew or anything, but just Ubisoft games never get it right with driving mechanics, just like how we've seen in Watch Dogs. But I got a feeling it's going to be similar on crew as well. But you know, like I said, I can't judge any. You know, at the moment, I can only sort of see from video footage and pre-rendered trailers, which they're really good at doing for marketing, which kind of, you know, gets into people's heads and makes them pre-order the game and end up, you know, getting disappointed after you purchase the game. You get the game, you try it out, you say, wow, this game fucking sucks. Some companies are really good at doing that, so you got to be careful as to what you buy, because pre-rendered shit is horrible. I'm excited for GTA 5 because I know there's we know there's fucking improvements out there and open room for the game. There's a lot of potential. And even some of these games coming out right now for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, I'm not really excited for as much as I am for GTA 5 for some reason. Although this game's been out just for a year, stuff like Call of Duty's been out for 5-6 years, and I'm not really that excited for it. But I'm still going to be buying it simply because it's Call of Duty and I've been playing it ever since I was a kid. So I'm still going to give it a go. I'm still going to give it that new insight as to their innovative double jumping, I suppose, mechanic which they've implemented into Call of Duty. See how that plays out with fast-paced action. But Anyway, give this track a go for the playlist. I'm gonna be making 2 more tracks. The 6th track is also available in the playlist. As I said, links in the description below for both Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys soon. Give this playlist a go. Keep trying out with your friends and improve your racing, because these are the tracks, in my opinion, where you guys can actually improve your racing, getting the right braking points, getting into nice awesome battles and clean overtakes. So aim for that, guys. Aim for the right people as well. Thanks for watching. Check it out. Good night. Peace. Yeah. Hey guys, here, welcome to my 4th track of my competitive contact racing playlist, which is available for both Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. The link is in the description below.